massive explosion destroys 70% of the moon. Back on Earth, Japan's entire military tries to take down a mysterious creature. This is the same being responsible for destroying the moon, but unfortunately, the soldiers don't stand a chance. One by one, they're taken out by its powerful tentacles. The creature looks like a giant yellow octopus, and now it has its sights set on Earth. The scene then shifts to Kunugigaoka Junior High School, one of Japan's most prestigious private schools. Only the top performing students are allowed to stay in the main classes, and everyone is expected to excel in every subject. But students who fall behind in even one area are sent away from the rest of the school to a class nearly a mile away called Class 3E. The school treats it like the bottom class, basically the students' last chance to improve themselves. But this year, something very unusual is waiting inside Class 3E. The same yellow, octopus-like creature that destroyed most of the moon is now their teacher. His name is Koro Sensei. His goal is to destroy Earth by the following March. But instead of simply hiding somewhere and waiting for the day, Koro Sensei makes a strange deal with the government. He'll become the teacher of Class 3E and teach the students for 1 year. In return, he promises not to hurt any of them and won't destroy the Earth until the school year is over. A defense ministry officer named Tadomi Karasuma explains the situation to the students. Koro Sensei is the fastest creature on Earth, capable of reaching speeds of Mach 20 that makes him almost impossible to catch, let alone kill. So the students are given one mission: assassinate their teacher before the school year ends. The government wants the mission kept completely secret. To help the students, the Defense Ministry provides them with special weapons and ammunition. These weapons are harmless to humans, but deadly to Koro Sensei. And there's an even bigger incentive. Anyone who successfully takes him down will receive a reward of 10 billion yen. With that kind of money on the line, every student suddenly has a reason to take the mission seriously. The government also brings in a professional assassin named Irina Yelovich to help them. She tries to kill Koro Sensei using guns and even a machine gun, but none of her attacks can keep up with his incredible speed. Eventually, she stays at the school as the class's English teacher. And just like that, Class 3E becomes known for something completely insane: assassination classroom. Every student tries to take a shot at Koro Sensei, but his speed is so ridiculous that their bullets can't even come close to hitting him. Among these students is Nagisa Shiota, the main character of the story. Nagisa is a quiet and shy boy, but he has an incredible ability to observe people. He carefully watches Koro Sensei's every move and writes down his habits and weaknesses in a notebook, hoping to eventually find the perfect opportunity to take him down. As the story continues, some of the more mischievous students come up with a plan and decide to use Nagisa as bait. They tell him to get close to Koro Sensei and take him out. Nagisa hides a special knife inside his schoolwork and walks toward his teacher, but Koro Sensei immediately realizes what's happening. With a smile on his face, he easily knocks the knife away. Nagisa then suddenly hugs him, making it look like he's apologizing, but he actually has a plan B. Hidden underneath his shirt is a bomb, and his classmates trigger it from a distance. A huge explosion rocks the area. Nagisa is thrown back by the blast, while the other students celebrate, convinced that they finally managed to kill Koro Sensei. But when the smoke clears, they're hit with a shocking sight. Koro Sensei is still alive. He's hanging from the roof of the classroom, completely unharmed, and smiling like nothing happened, his color shifting to a furious red. He faces the students and says coldly, "You've broken the government contract." The terms were clear. He could only be killed by the weapons and bullets supplied by the ministry. Any other method would be a direct violation. "If anyone tries such a reckless stunt again," he warns, "I will target your relatives." The room goes silent. The students finally understand. Killing him won't be easy. From that moment on, the classroom gives him a new name: Koro Sensei, the unkillable teacher. Cut ahead. Outside the classroom, Koro Sensei sits calmly and reads. But the students are relentless. They set a giant net and open fire. Koro Sensei moves impossibly fast. In an instant, he's on the roof and escapes untouched. Then a new transfer arrives. Karma, a boy with a brilliant mind who used to be in Class A. He was moved here after he brutally bullied a classmate. Karma approaches Koro Sensei. When they shake hands, the blades attached to Karma's palm scrape Koro Sensei, and for the first time, the creature feels pain. Everyone is stunned. Karma's the only student who's actually hurt him. Hopes rise. They think Karma could be the key to success. Karma tries all kinds of tricks, but he still fails. And frustrated, he sits outside the classroom. Nagisa finds him there. Karma tells him plainly, "I didn't come here for money. I came to save the Earth." Koro Sensei has been listening. He walks over and Karma asks bluntly, "Are you like other teachers, or do you actually care about your students?" Then, to test him, Karma leaps off the cliff. Certain Koro Sensei will save him if he truly cares. Karma had a gun ready. He meant to make a point, but Koro-sensei acts instantly. With lightning speed, he weaves a web and catches Karma, saving him. The moment makes one thing clear. Koro-sensei isn't just dangerous. He's a teacher who actually cares. He wants the best for his students, but he's also ruthlessly protective of his own safety. Cut to the Japanese military headquarters. 2 months have passed since the moon was attacked. The world is furious with Japan. Everyone wants this threat ended now. But international law and diplomatic pressure tie the government's hands. They can't eliminate the creature by normal legal means. That's why the ministry entrusted Class 3E with the mission. Missiles all over the globe sit on standby. Karasuma tells his senior officer, "We need a student among them who can pull the rest of the class together." So far, Class 3E has failed again and again. The search for someone who can change that continues. Soon after, the government sends a new student into Class 3E, an advanced artificial intelligence named Ritsu. She's been designed for one purpose only, to kill Koro-sensei. Armed with high-tech weapons, Ritsu locks onto Koro-sensei's system and unleashes a storm of bullets. But Koro-sensei is lightning fast. He dodges every shot with ease, leaving chaos behind, and the terrified students dive under their tables for cover. When it's over, the class has had enough. They tape Ritsu to the wall and chain her down, so she can't put anyone's life in danger again. Later, Koro-sensei visits her. He calmly explains that brute force won't work, that if she truly wants to succeed, she needs to think smart and work with her classmates. He even uploads the data of every student into her system, helping her understand them better. The next morning, something incredible happens. Ritsu begins to show signs of emotion. She starts talking to her classmates like a friend, and even creates a mobile app that automatically installs on everyone's phones, so she can stay connected with them at all times. For the first time, Ritsu doesn't just want to kill Koro-sensei, she wants to be part of the class. One day, a mysterious new boy arrives, Itona. He's not alone. His trainer walks beside him. Itona claims to be Koro-sensei's brother, and boasts that he's even stronger. Tentacles sprout from his body, powered by the same terrifying technology that created Koro-sensei. The trainer reveals that Itona's speed could even surpass Koro-sensei's. Hearing that, Koro-sensei's calm smile fades, replaced by anger and suspicion. Could this boy really be related to him? They face each other, and this time, Koro-sensei underestimates his opponent. Itona overpowers him, forcing Koro-sensei to unleash his true speed. With a single blinding move, he sends Itona flying out of the school grounds. Itona fails his mission. His trainer, bound by his promise, takes him away, leaving the class silent and disappointed. Even though Itona lost, his power had left a strange sense of respect behind. After class, one student asks, "Sir, why are you really teaching us?" Koro-sensei pauses for a moment and quietly says, "I'm just keeping a promise I once made." From that day, the bond between Koro-sensei and his students begins to grow. He organizes a special assassination training camp, teaching every student their strengths, each lesson delivered at Mach speed. At night, when Koro-sensei sneaks into the girls' dorm, to check their study progress of course, the students tease him about his love life, and the flustered teacher vanishes in a flash. Soon after, a new instructor arrives, Akira, a tough, battle-hardened soldier sent to replace Karasuma for a while. At first he seems friendly and charming, but soon, his true nature is revealed. Cruel, arrogant, and brutally strict. His training pushes the students to their limits. Those who falter become his targets, because Akira believes pain is the only path to strength. During a training session, we see a girl, exhausted from the relentless drills. Akira scolds her, harsh and cold. "You're weak. You'll never face that alien." Pushing it too far, he threatens her life, a cowardly, brutal move. Right then, Tadaomi arrives. He steps between them and stops Akira. Akira, proud and arrogant about his strength, issues a challenge. "If one student can defeat me in a duel, I'll leave this place." Tadaomi believes in his students. He accepts and chooses Nagisa to fight. Nagisa appears fragile, but inside he's sharp, patient, and observant. Exactly why Tadaomi picked him. Nagisa walks forward, a gentle smile on his face that masks everything. He distracts Akira and, in a blink, presses the tip of a knife to Akira's skin. Akira is taken off guard. He loses control and, by the terms of the duel, must leave. Days pass. Koro-sensei keeps teaching, and the students keep training. Then, after a heavy rain, Nagisa notices something strange. Koro-sensei begins to swell oddly. He realizes the truth. Koro-sensei is allergic to water. The next day, Okuda attempts to poison Koro-sensei with sodium hydroxide, but instead of killing him, the attack only strengthens Koro-sensei. Frustrated, the students ask, Why study at all if killing you wins 10 billion yen? Koro-sensei calls them out into the courtyard and replies calmly, "Every assassin needs a backup plan. Your education is that plan. If you can't kill me, your studies will build your future." He shows them how he could steal military satellites and classified systems, proving his point. To beat me, you must excel in every field. Final exams approach. Koro-sensei makes a promise. The students who top all 5 subjects will be granted a chance to cut one of his tentacles, a real shot at weakening him. The pupils cheer, convinced they can earn top ranks, sever a tentacle, and take home the prize. Weeks of intense study and training follow. Koro-sensei teaches, pushes, even takes them on simulated space drills. Exam day arrives. A few days later, results are announced. 6 students make first division. Nagisa, Okuda, and Karma top English, science, and math respectively. These 6 will get the chance to attack Koro-sensei's tentacles. The day comes. Koro-sensei is bound. The students transform the battlefield into a water park, armed and ready. Gunfire erupts, and then a massive explosion shakes the field. The students drop to the ground, stunned. They look up and freeze. Koro-sensei has shifted into his absolute form. Encased within a transparent sphere, his size drastically reduced. Suddenly, some students begin to collapse, one by one, and a high fever sweeps through them all. Akira returns, roaring down the hill in his jeep, eyes burning with revenge. He's here for Nagisa and Tadaomi, and with a cruel smile, he confesses, "The reason your classmates are collapsing is me. He poisoned their water with a deadly virus. If they don't get the antidote within 3 days, they'll die." The antidote, it's in Akira's hands. He offers a deal. "If you want to save your friends, hand over Koro-sensei to me. He's the one after that 10 billion yen bounty anyway." Then Akira brings in Itona, who has now joined forces with him. Koro-sensei realizes Akira will never keep his word. He tells Nagisa to stay calm, to think, not react. Suddenly, Itona attacks. Tadaomi jumps in to protect Nagisa, taking the hit himself. In the chaos, Karma grabs Nagisa and escapes. Itona pursues them relentlessly, up a tall tower, striking again and again. Just as Itona prepares to finish them, rain begins to fall. The moment the drops hit him, he weakens. His tentacles start to lose power, just like Koro-sensei's allergy to water. Nagisa sees his chance. With one swift move, he slices off Itona's tentacles, ending the fight. When they return, Ritsu reveals the truth. Akira has kidnapped one of their classmates. Nagisa quickly devises a plan. Using a fake sphere as bait, the entire class unites, outsmarting Akira and his men. Okuda, who had already created the antidote, saves everyone's lives. Moments later, the Japanese army arrives. They thank the students for protecting the planet, for doing what no soldier could. Koro-sensei is then taken into a secure chamber, surrounded by thousands of anti-tentacle rubber bullets. He looks at his students and smiles softly. "I'm proud to be defeated by the hands of my own students. You are the best thing that ever happened to me, and I know each of you will go on to do something great." The students can't hold back their tears. They realize this wasn't victory, it was loss. Because Koro-sensei wasn't just a monster. He was their teacher, the one who taught them how to live. Then, from behind, a yellow tentacle rises and gently wipes Nagisa's tears with a handkerchief. Their hearts lift. Their teacher is still here. The army decides Koro-sensei will not be destroyed. He returns, once again, as the proud teacher of Class 3E. Even Itona, once their enemy, now joins the class. And as Koro-sensei stands before his students, that familiar warm smile spreads across his face. In his eyes, you can see it all: love, regret, pride, and hope. The students look back, no longer afraid, no longer greedy. Only gratitude remains for the teacher who didn't just educate them, but taught them how to truly live.